Okay, good morning. Once again, I'm not an expert in this subject. Well, not an expert in any subject, but I think what we're going to talk about today is my saw, the care and maintenance of my chainsaws. Okay, so for starters, this is what I have. It's a Husqvarna 61, yeah, that's what it is. Okay, this one here is probably from the 90s, maybe? I have some other ones that are from the 80s. This is custom. It was a custom made pant leg, which protects my chain. If I didn't mention it before, this is the sharp end. This whole end here. And this whole end over here is the noisy end. Noisy end, sharp end. Right in the middle. Okay. So first of all, I guess I'll start. Well, let's see, my chain is probably the right tension right now. Try to do this with one hand. Yes. It's the perfect tension right now. Okay, so I won't tension the chain, but maybe I still should tell you how. 2 bolts here. They are both 1/2 inch. 13 millimeter will work in a pinch. Hey, that rhymes. They are 1/2 inch, but 13 millimeter will work in a pinch. Behind this big clump of sawdust here is a slotted screw. So basically all you do is loosen these, which will loosen the bar, and adjust the tension with the slotted screw and tighten these back up. Being sure to tighten them very tight because they tend to loosen off. Okay, so that's that. Now this end of the saw here, this is neglected by many. There's actually riveted right here, there's 4 rivets, and there's a little sprocket inside there. And people don't know there's a little pinhole right here that they make a tool, like a little miniature grease gun. You stick it on the pinhole. I'll see if I can find mine and I'll show you here. Okay, now this, I spun it around to make it a bit easier to see, but it is tiny. It's right there. It looks like just a smudge where there's no paint, but that's where this goes. So you'll feel it sitting in there, and then you just pump. You can hear it. Sounds like it's out of grease too. Okay, so you get the idea. Okay, so I buy the case of files. I also buy one of these things, which a lot of people said, what do you need that for? You don't need one of them. Well, you can get away without one, yes. But for the price, they make life a lot easier, and they tend to make your chain a lot sharper. It makes it easier to do out in the bushes. It's a no-brainer for the 10 bucks or whatever it costs, and it came for 10 bucks. It came with the handle and a file. So I mean, I think there's 6 bucks maybe for this thing here. I think it would be probably called a guide. I don't know what they call it. I'm sure you could just Google it or go on Amazon and find them, or a chainsaw store hanging on the wall. What they are is they have the angles on them. So when you're sharpening your chain, you just put the device at that angle. I'll demonstrate that in a minute here. But not only do they have the angles, but they have the right height here, where these sit on top of the chain, and just the file goes down into the teeth, but it goes into the teeth, right into each tooth at the right height, which is very important. Anyways, I'll demonstrate that. right now. Okay, now what I like to do here is I like to take one of these, a Sharpie, or in France I think they call it a sharpen, and I just pick whatever tooth I'm going to do first and I kind of color it. This makes life a lot easier. Okay, now I have one tooth that's black. Okay, I have one tooth that's black. It's all rotten. It's no good. No, I do that so that when I go around, I'll know when I come to that tooth that every one of them is sharp. Okay, and I wear gloves because I don't like hitting my hands on those things. They get sharp and it hurts. I don't know if I mentioned this, but these things, because I buy the cases, I don't use them for very long. I like them to be sharp and new, and for the $2 each or whatever they cost, might as well just use a new one. So now I'll start here. Say that's my black tooth. I'll start the one next to it, and I'll do this way so you can get a view. This is a little awkward, and this sits down flat on the teeth, and you can feel it. That's the other thing. You can feel when it's getting sharp, just from the strokes. I might take usually like 5 strokes. Also looking down at the teeth to see that they're evenly on each side. You want them to be wearing out evenly. Okay, I had to move you guys back because I kind of like to raise you up a bit. I don't know if that's going to be good or not. Oops. I kind of use my whole body. When I do this, I use my whole body. And it's almost as if it helps to feel the tooth, the sharpness. Well, that sounds weird, but if you watch, you can see. Next one. Yeah, it's about the sound, it's the feel. I've been doing it for over 20 years, and it took me a long time to get really good at it. But see, also, you want the level to be level, flat, all the way across this way. Not up like that, not down like that, flat. Every once in a while you turn the file inside here, or wipe it off, or tap it off, just to get some of the crap off. I'm not going to get too much into the different chains, but this saw is right about on the verge of, you can use a skip tooth chain, which I prefer, even with this saw, to use a skip tooth chain because they have half the amount of teeth. So that's half the amount of teeth to sharpen as well. And they will really rip through a log. They pull. That's one thing. If you have a bad back, you might not want to use one because they pull so hard it gets a little bad on the back. This is not a skip tooth chain. Reason being that I've gotten a bunch of chains given to me from a friend. They use them once at his work and then they throw them away. As soon as they get dull, they throw them away and put a new chain on. I was planning on using this today to do a little bit of weed cleanup, but it's pouring rain and it's very mucky out there, so I don't want to start running the excavator back and forth. So that'll be in my next video. Oh, by the way, you should try to wear one of these things. They could save your eyes or your noggin, one of the two. Okay, so yeah, I'm done for now. Bye for now. We'll talk to you later.